Saya masih bersama dengan Eric Ekuden dan kita akan tanya bagaimana strategi Ericsson untuk bersaing melawan beberapa kompetitor lainnya. Eric, in Ericsson latest report, it projected that 40% worldwide population will be using 5G technology in 2024. How big Ericsson targeting your market share on that 40%, and where is the most important country for Ericsson?
Well, we are in the fortunate situation that we are the global leader when it comes to 5G today. And the reason for that is that we started very early with our research, with our standardization. Being the leader in standardization in both 4G and 5G has paved the way. We were early in building test systems all around the world. So I think now we're in a very good position. I mentioned already earlier that we are providing the commercial equipment in North America, in Korea, in parts of Europe, here in Asia in general, Australia and so forth. So we are in a very good starting point when it comes to 5G rollout. And this is true for all bands. 5G comes in different flavors, so-called millimeter wave bands, the high bands, the mid bands and the low bands. All of this we have products out today. So here we are leading. Then when you look into the future, of course, this is a very competitive market. So what we expect is really that we will be able to have a strong market share in 5G as well as in 4G, because we have a fantastic customer interest. We have the largest number of commercial contracts and published and so forth. This all gives me comfort that the technology leadership and the product leadership that we are showing now is appreciated by the customers and by the market.
So best of 40% population worldwide, how big is yours would be?
Well, I think it's difficult to talk about the
in 2024
percentages in market share in 2024. We have made the investments. I mentioned a little bit how we worked long term. We are also taking investments when it comes to increased R&D.
How big the investment of Ericsson for this target?
Well, this is one of the big technology shifts in the industry. So we've been for 8 years, more than 8 years, we've been investing in 5G technologies. In fact, already 2015, we started to ship base stations, radios that are future-proof, 5G upgradable. So we have 3 million radios already shipped to customers that are 5G enabled. Just a software upgrade and then you can switch on 5G. So we've taken investments over a number of years, very significant investments to make sure that we have a leading position when it comes to 5G in the market. I think it's early days right now. What we should expect is that 5G will actually be rolling out faster than any previous technology, faster than 3G, faster than even 4G. And that means that now in the coming years, 2019 is really a big year, 2020 will be a big rollout across the world. And we will take a significant part of that market.
Half of 40%?
Half of
40% of worldwide population?
Well, that's a high number, but we have strong ambitions, and I think we have a good chance to have a very good market share.
Eric, United States, China, Europe, Japan, and you can mention are having a tough 5G battle at the moment. And everybody knows. Trade war tension among United States and China. Are you seeing it's hurting or it's helping Ericsson to grab the market?
Well, technologies that have global scale, and 4G is a technology that has global scale. Also 5G has global scale. It is a global phenomenon. So for Ericsson, what's most important is to have certainty in the market, to be able to take investments. And this could be regulatory certainty in terms of spectrum and investment climate, and of course anything that has to do with timelines in each country. So I would say that in general for the industry, the best thing is to have certainty. Uncertainty could delay decisions, and I think that would not be good for Ericsson. So in this context, we are present in every part of the world. We have operations and commercial engagements, of course in US and China, as you mentioned, but basically in all other major parts of the world. So we are a very global company. We serve customers in every part of the world. And also for 5G, we see that we have great opportunities in all these markets. And I think that's a starting point. Then of course we cannot really comment on the geopolitical aspects of how nations are making decisions. I think that's clearly beyond Ericsson, but we have the capability from a technology point of view, from a product point of view, from a customer relation point of view to serve customers in all markets.
Eric, are you optimistic that Ericsson will be the winner among all of the competitors? Let's talk about Huawei, ZTE, etc.
Yeah. Well, I'm very committed to have the best products to our customers, and ultimately it is up to our customers to make a choice. Who do they want to serve them? And I think we are well positioned to have a really strong position versus any competitor. But there's no denying that this is a market that has very few vendors, very few competitors of ours, and that's a fierce battle. Every customer, every opportunity is a battle, and we have to really invest in technology to stay ahead, make sure that we have the best product serving our customers. And then ultimately, it's most likely, because most operators do select to have more than one vendor. It's relatively few cases where you have only one vendor. There's many cases two or maybe even three vendors serving one operator. But we believe we will have great market share basically across the world.
What is the top strength of Ericsson among all of the competitors in terms of 5G technology?
There are a few things, and I mentioned one before, which is really that we took early decisions to invest in technology and upgradability. So to migrate from a 4G network into a 5G network, Ericsson has unique solutions. We had 3 million radios out in the field already that can be software upgradable, so you don't need to visit the site and change hardware and do things like that. Then there are also technologies that are related to how you can reform some of the existing spectrum, advanced spectrum sharing between 4G and 5G. That's a key area as well. And then when it comes to how to build the whole network infrastructure, we are also the leader when it comes to cloud-based, what we call packet core, or the rest of the infrastructure, and the radio base stations and the packet core and the transmission solutions. Here we have leading solutions, cloud-native solutions that are really appreciated by the market because it's a smooth upgrade also on the packet core. You have what you have today and you continue to build and add on top of that infrastructure. And that's very much the case also here in Indonesia, to make a smooth upgrade from the equipment that we have.
Eric, let's talk about the Brexit.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how big the Brexit would be giving the impact for 5G technology to spread the technology to the worldwide?
Well, I certainly it's a timely discussion, a timely question to have. I think that it comes back to uncertainty or what the market is ready to invest in. 5G is this infrastructure that is underpinning digitalization of society. It's not only mobile broadband or smartphones, it's really for society. And I think nations that are early in terms of capturing that opportunity by including 5G in the digitalization strategies will be winners when it comes to the new industries, supporting their whole industry transformation. So Brexit in this context is uncertainty, and I think that is hurting the industry development. We are, Ericsson, we are strong, I would say, in most markets in the world. In Europe, what is happening is that the investments that we see in Northeast Asia, also here in APAC in general, and North America, they are not really matched by the European investments. In fact, there are some recent reports that indicate that Europe is behind when it comes to rolling out latest technology on a broad scale. And I think in that sense, Brexit doesn't help in bringing certainty and making it easy to take these investments for operators.
Okay, Eric, we're going to continue our discussion to know the security concerns on 5G technology. Kami akan kembali sesaat lagi. Di balik mimpi indah, kemudian juga kemudahan super yang ditawarkan oleh 5G, teknologi 5G, tapi ada juga sebuah kekhawatiran mengenai aspek keamanan dan juga spionase di balik teknologi 5G. Kami kembali sesaat lagi. Masih di Economics, CNBC Indonesia, Beyond Business.
Used and misused from a technology point of view. Then you have regulation, you have laws to guide what can be and what shouldn't be done. And I think that's where the national laws are different in different countries.